Good morning, children. Welcome to Nelson School Distant Education System for grade 8 English grammar, and the topic is synthesis, simple, compound and complex. Today onwards we'll begin writing in the fair book the introduction notes of the simple, compound, complex as well as the fair notebook exercise of simple synthesis using participle. So it is simple, compound and complex. Introduction. There are three types of sentences, namely simple, compound and complex. So synthesis of sentences will have, in synthesis we combine two or more sentences with a single sentence. So we'll have simple synthesis, we'll have compound synthesis and we'll have complex synthesis. So now let us begin first with simple sentence. A simple sentence is one which has only one finite verb. A simple sentence could have the connectives like on account of, in order to, instead of, in spite of and despite of. So before we begin with the simple synthesis, we'll just go for the verbs finite and non-finite that is already explained to you in the explanation link. A verb that is changed by the person or number of the subject is called a finite verb. That is, he goes to the market, she is thinking about a running train. Now, a verb that is not changed by a person or a number of the subject is called a non-finite verb. Now, here in finite verb, to be forms, that is verb plus ing and modals, as it is already explained to you in the explanatory video of the finite and non-finite. So, finite is a verb that changes with the change in number, that is singular and plural. Okay, it changes with the tense, present, past and future. It changes with the person, person 1, first person, second person and third person. So it is in finite verb to be forms plus verb in ing form, and modals plus verbs are there because modals themselves are called finite verbs. A non-finite verb will have without to be form or the verb plus ing and modals plus verb. Now this verb is a non-finite verb, okay, and modals are finite verbs. To be forms plus past participle also could be there, that is has taken by me, okay, and here has taken by me but with the third form of the verb, that is the past participle form of the verb. The toy is broken by me. When I am talking about the toy is broken by me, so is a finite verb, okay, is broken is a finite verb. For non-finite verb, I want to play. So to play is a non-finite verb. We saw them resting under a tree. So when we talk about saw is a finite verb, but resting, the verbs that are used after the verbs of perception like see, hear, watch, know, feel. So resting is a non-finite verb. We should respect our elders. So should is a finite verb, but respect is a non-finite verb. I got hidden wealth. So here hidden is a non-finite verb. Hidden wealth. So hidden is a participle. Fine. So it is a non-finite verb. Now we'll go for the fair book exercise 1. So it is simple synthesis, subject plus finite verb. So very first topic is to go for the participle, as I've already explained you. Number 1 is she saw him, she cried loudly. So the very first step, which step I have taught you. So very first step is to go for the finite verbs. So saw and cried. Okay. Then you have to change the former verb or the verb that might have taken place first. You have to change it into ing form, that is participle. So saw becomes seen. So it is seeing him, she cried loudly. Seeing him, comma, she cried loudly. Because you are changing saw to seeing and you are changing this particular former statement, so this she you will remove. So and we have to begin the statement with the participle. So you have to use seeing him, comma, she cried loudly. She lost her money, she went to the police station. So lost is the first finite verb, went is the second finite verb. Okay, now lost is the verb, because she lost it, she went to the police station. Fine. So you'll change lost to losing. Again she and she is common, so I'll remove this she and then I'll change to the participle, that is losing her money. Full stop changes to comma. Okay, capital changes to small again. She went to the police station. Number 3, I helped you, I have lost my image. So helped is a finite verb, have is another finite verb. Fine. So helped you will change to helping, and again I and I is common, so I'll cut this verb and I'll be only using this I. So it is helping you, full stop you have to change to comma, I have lost my image. She gave me a cup of tea. She went to prepare breakfast in the kitchen. So gave is the first finite verb, went is the second finite verb. So after giving, she went. So gave you will change to giving. Okay, again she and she is common, so I'll be cutting this she and I'll be using the latter, that is using the latter part. Okay, so it is giving me a cup of tea, full stop you change to comma, capital she, that is capital S, change it to small s and write she went to prepare breakfast in the kitchen. Gulliver walked some distance, he was tired. So it is walked is the first finite verb, was tired is the second finite verb. Now walked you change it to walking, okay, and this Gulliver and he both are same. So I'll cut this former one, but instead of he in the latter part I'll be using Gulliver. So it becomes walking some distance, comma. Now full stop you remove and put comma, fine. And now he, because we are writing Gulliver, and now Gulliver is a proper noun, so I'll be using G capital this time. So it is walking some distance, comma, Gulliver was tired. He raised the gun, he took aim, he shot the tiger. So which are the finite verbs? Raised, took, shot. 3 finite verbs. 2 finite verbs you have to change and you have to keep 1 finite verb as it is. So raised I'll change to raising, took I'll change to taking, shot will remain as it is. Now he again it is there. So last one in the latter part I'll keep as it is and this to he I'll remove. So it is raising the gun, comma, you can even have and taking aim, no issue, comma, taking aim, comma. Now this full stop you change it to comma, okay. He, capital H is there, now put it to the small h. So he shot the tiger. He failed to complete the work in time. He was fined and scolded. Okay. So the first finite verb is failed and second finite verb is was. So it is he and he is same. So if I'm changing this fail to failing, I'll remove this he. Okay. So it is failing to complete the work in time. Replace full stop with comma. Capital he will replace with small h. So it is he was fined and scolded. Next, he was listening to the radio. He was remembering his parents. So was is the first finite verb. Another was. Okay. So now was listening. Now children, what we usually do? We change the action verb to the ing form. Now here your action verb is already in the ing form, that is listening. Okay. So I'll just remove was and I'll even remove he. So it is listening to the radio. Remove full stop, put comma. Capital H, change it to small h. So it is he was remembering his parents. My brother decides to help her. He wanted to know about her problem. So decides is the first finite verb and wanted is the second finite verb. Okay. So it is deciding to help her. My brother wanted to know about the problem. So decides you will change to deciding to help her. Now this full stop you will change to comma. And now if this I have removed, but instead of he I'll be using my brother. So it is my brother wanted to know about her problem. Now she was returning back from her college. She met her friend on the way. So was returning and met. Now children again see the action verb return is in ing form only, returning. So I'll simply remove was and I'll even remove she. So it is returning back from her college. Replace full stop with a comma, capital S with small s. So it becomes she met her friend on the way. Fairbook exercise 2. So it is the match was over. This is about the helping verbs, that is again taught to you already. If it is am, is, are, was, were, it will be, you will replace this verbs with being, being, and if it is has, have, had, you will replace them with having. So the match was over, the boys left the ground. So was is the first finite verb, left is the second finite verb. So was is there. Okay, now here you can see the difference, the match and the boys, both the subjects are different. So here I won't remove any subject. Instead, I'll just use was, I'll replace was and put being. So it is the match, being over, comma, full stop will be replaced with comma. The boys left the ground. T capital will be now small t. Next, we were tired, we sat down to rest. So were is the first finite verb, sat is the second finite verb. Now, were is there, now we and we is common. So now first we I can cut. Now because it is am, is, are, was, were, so I'll put being. So being tired, comma, we sat down to rest. Full stop you change to comma and capital W to small w. And at the last you put a full stop. I was hungry. I walked to my mother. I asked to give me some food. So was is the first finite verb. Walked is the second finite verb. Asked is the third finite verb. So 3 finite verbs. Instead of that I'll change 2 finite verbs and keep one as it is. So last one I'll keep it as it is because that takes the place at the last. So was is there. Was, because it is was, I'll change to being. Because it is walked, I'll change to walking. Okay, I and I'll remove. So it is being hungry, full stop you change with comma. Walking to my mother, again full stop to comma. I asked to give me some food. Now again I capital is there, but again it will, in the answer also it will remain I capital only. Fine. Next, he was warned by the police. He surrendered immediately. Was warned is the first finite verb. Surrendered is the second finite verb. Now, if you are changing was this, okay. So again, I'll change this was with being, being, being. So being warned by the police. Replace full stop with a comma. Capital H changes to small h. He surrendered immediately. He has taken your book. He sold that book in the market. So it is has is the first finite verb. Sold is the second finite verb. So it is because it is has, have or had. So if we have to use having. So it is has, I'll change to having. Now he is repeated, so I'll cancel he. So it becomes having taken your book. Full stop you have to remove, put comma. Capital H to small h. He sold that book in the market. He is a rich fellow, but he never helps poor people. Now, is the first finite verb and helps is the second finite verb. Because it is, so I'll be using being. So it is being a rich fellow, comma. Now because its conjunction is used, so full stop won't be there. So in the place of conjunction, you will put comma. He never helps poor people, full stop. He has a good idea. It will be implemented soon. Okay, so has is the first finite verb, will be implemented is the second finite verb. So it is has, so I'll change having. So having a good idea, it will be implemented soon. My father has cleared the fact he went to the church. So has is the first finite verb and went is the second finite verb. Now because it is has, so I'll change it to having. Again my father and he, both are the same person. So I'll remove my father from the former part, but instead of he in the latter part, I'll be using my father. So it is having cleared the fact, full stop changes to comma. My father went to the church. He is absent because he is ill. Is the first finite verb. Is the second, again second finite verb is only, and it is joined the conjunction because. So here it is, this is the place you are going to put your comma. So it is again is, so I'll put being ill, comma, he is absent. Because he is ill, he is absent. Okay, you cannot write being absent, he is ill. We have to see that which action might have taken place first. He was dissatisfied, he resigned his position. So was dissatisfied first finite verb, resigned is the second finite verb. He and he is common. So instead of was, I'll put being dissatisfied, change full stop to comma. Capital H will come to the small h. So it is being dissatisfied, comma, he resigned his position. Thank you.